And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. And the Lord...
Oh, we had a question about that. The Lord, Jesus, the one who came with the two angels to Abraham, he said he will come and visit Sarah when the time is right. So this is what he meant. Not actually like coming again.
And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. And the Lord did for Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son
and visit again?
in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son who was born to him, whom Sarah bore to him, Isaac. Then Abraham circumcised his son Isaac when he was 8 days old, as God had commanded him. Now Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him.
God has made me laugh, and all who hear will laugh with me. Who would have said to
Sarah's voice actor sounds sort of evil.
Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? For I have borne him a son in his old age.
So the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast on the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, whom she had borne to Abraham, scoffing. Therefore she said to Abraham,
Cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of
Hey,
this
lady, calm
bondwoman
down.
shall not be heir with my son, namely with
Calm
Isaac.
down. This is
and
your
the matter
idea.
was very displeasing in Abraham's sight because of his son. But God said to Abraham,
Do not let it be displeasing in your sight because of the lad or because of your bondwoman. Whatever Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice. For in Isaac your seed shall be called. Yet I will also make a nation of the son of the bondwoman, because he is your seed.
So Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and a skin of water, and putting it on her shoulder, he gave it and the boy to Hagar.
See, this is we were watching this video entitled what was it called? I'm gonna upload it soon. It's called Ishmael in the Bible and Quran, right? So be on the lookout for that one. And it talks about this very thing, the difference between what's happening right now, and how it occurred in the Quran. And it's really interesting. So be sure to check that one out. Yeah, I feel like you guys will like that a lot.
And sent her away. Then she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba, and the water in the skin was used up, and she placed the boy under one of the shrubs. Then she went and sat down across from him, at a distance of about a bowshot, for she said to herself,
Let me not see the death of the boy.
So she sat opposite him and lifted her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad. And the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said to her,
What ails you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him with your hand, for I will make him a great nation.
Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And she went and filled the skin with water, and gave the lad a drink. So God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness, and became an archer. He dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt. And it came to pass at that time that Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his army, spoke to Abraham.
God is with you in all that you do.
Now, therefore, swear to me, by God, that you will not deal falsely with me, with my offspring, or with my posterity, but that according to the kindness that I have done to you, you will do to me and to the land in which you have dwelt.
I will swear.
Then Abraham rebuked Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had seized.
Abimelech
not know
again? Come on. And it came to pass at the time that Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his army, spoke to Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore, swear to me by God that you will not deal falsely with me, which is completely fine by Abimelech, because we know Abraham didn't deal with him just rightly the first time, with my offspring or with my posterity, but that according to the kindness that I have done to you, you will do to me and to the land in which you have dwelt.
Who has done this thing? You did not tell me, nor had I heard of it until today.
Oh, wait. And Abraham said, I will swear. Then Abraham rebuked Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had seized. And Abimelech said, I do not know who has done this thing. You did not tell me, nor had I heard of it until today.
So Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and the two of them made a covenant.
All right,
And
good on Abraham for
set
that.
7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Then Abimelech asked Abraham,
What is the meaning of these 7 ewe lambs which you have set by themselves?
You will take these 7 ewe lambs from my hand.
What's a
They
ewe
may be my
lamb?
witness that I have dug this well.
Therefore he called that place Beersheba, because
What
the
does
two
Sheba
of them
mean?
swore an
There's
oath
Bathsheba
there.
and a Beersheba.
Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. So Abimelech rose with Phicol, the commander of his army, and they returned to the land of the Philistines. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there called on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham stayed in the land of the Philistines many days.
Well, let's look up what ewe lambs are. Are they just lambs that are really gross? An ewe lamb, a young, usually unweaned female sheep. All right, let's go to chapter 22. I don't think there was like anything too crazy in chapter 21. Yeah.
Now it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham.
Abraham,
Here I am.
take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt
You guys
offering.
really need to watch that video I'm going to be posting soon regarding Ishmael. All this we'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You guys got to watch it.
On one of the mountains of which I shall tell you.
So Abraham rose early in the morning and saddled his donkey, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son. And he split the wood for the burnt offering, and arose, and went to the place of which God had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted his eyes, and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said to his young men,
Stay here with the donkey. The lad and I will go yonder and worship, and we will come back to you.
So Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on Isaac, his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and the two of them went together. But Isaac spoke to Abraham his father.
My father.
Here I am, my son.
Look, the fire and the wood. But where is the lamb for a burnt offering?
My son, God will provide for himself the lamb for a burnt offering.
So the two of them went together. Then they came to the place of which God had told him. And Abraham built an altar there and placed the wood in order. And he bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched out his hand and took the knife to slay his son.
Cliffhanger. Before we move any further, I want to read this. It's an explanation for chapter 22, verse 2. And specifically because it says God was talking to Abraham saying, take your son, your only son, Isaac. But we know that's not his only son, right? So let's see what this Bible has to say. Abraham had one son by Hagar. As we learn later, he had 6 sons by Keturah. Man, Abraham's getting busy. But only Isaac was uniquely born. The same idea is in the description of Jesus as the only begotten. Indeed, the Greek term for only begotten is used to describe Isaac in Hebrew 11:17. The point is not that Abraham had no other children, but that this was his. Where was I? The point is not that Abraham had no other children, but that this was his. That this was the unique child in whom all the promises of God resided. But that wasn't the only reason God's command would test Abraham's faith. This was Isaac, the son who had brought God's laughter to Abraham and Sarah. I think that's what Isaac means, right? All right, we can continue.
But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven.
Abraham. Abraham.
Here I am.
Do not lay your hand on the lad, or do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me.
Then Abraham lifted his eyes and looked, and there behind him was a ram caught in a thicket by its horns. So Abraham went and
Is ram meat considered clean? I don't know what kind of hooves they have.
took the ram and offered it up for a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of the place, "The Lord will provide." As it is said to this day, "In the mount of the Lord it shall be provided."
Hey guys, you want to go mountain climbing today? Yeah, sure. Where do you want to go? Let's go to the Lord will provide.
Then the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time out of heaven.
By myself I have sworn, says the Lord, because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your son, your only son. Blessing, I will bless.
Why is God reiterating your only son? Because he blessed Ishmael also. I don't know. That's odd, I feel like.
You, And multiplying, I will multiply your descendants as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And your descendants shall possess the gate of their enemies. In your seed, all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice.
So Abraham returned to his young men, and they rose and went together to Beersheba. And Abraham dwelt.
Except for 400 years when they are all enslaved in Egypt, right?
At Beersheba. Now it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, Indeed, Milcah also has borne children to your brother Nahor. Huz his firstborn, Buz his brother, Kemuel the father of Aram. Huz his firstborn, Buz.
Buzz Lightyear in here? What? Huz his firstborn and his brother Buzz. We got Huz and Buzz. Okay. That's the sons of lightning. We have the sons of thunder in the New Testament. Then we got Huz and Buzz, the sons of lightning.
Buz his brother, Kemuel the father of Aram, Kesed, Hazo, Pildash, Jidlaph, and Bethuel. And Bethuel begot Rebekah. These 8 Milcah bore to Nahor, Abraham's brother. His concubine, whose name was Reumah, also bore Teber, Gaham, Phahash, and Maacah.
How did God feel about all this polygamy going on? I was 22, right? Well, I was jumping to 23.
Sarah lived 127 years. These were the years of the life of Sarah. So Sarah died in Kirjath Arba, that is, Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her.
How did she die old age? Time out. What happened to the 120-year cap? She lived 127 years. God capped everyone at 120. What's going on? How does that make sense? 127 years after God says 120 years will be the cap. So that's not a hard cap. That means today, could people still live to 127 years or so? Around there? Okay. So why did God say he's going to limit it to 120 years when he's clearly not? He was just estimating. He was guesstimating.
Then Abraham stood up before his dead and spoke to the sons of Heth.
I am a foreigner and a visitor among you. Give me property for a burial place among you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight.
And the sons of Heth answered Abraham,
Hear us, my lord. You are a mighty prince among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of our burial places. None of us will withhold from you his burial place, that you may bury your dead.
Who are the sons of Heth? Did we just see that in the previous? I don't think so.
Then Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, the sons of Heth. And he spoke with them.
If it is your wish that I bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and meet with Ephron the son of Zohar for me, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah which he has, which is at the end of his field. Let him give it to me at the full price, as property, for a burial place among you.
Now Ephron dwelt among the sons of Heth, and Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the presence of the sons of Heth, all who entered at the gate of his city.
No, my lord, hear me. I give you the field and the cave that is in it. I give it to you in the presence.
Dang, why do they like Abraham so much? Who are these people of Heth? I mean, the sons of Heth and Ephron, the Hittite. What land are they in again?
Of the sons of my people, I give it to you. Bury your dead.
Then Abraham bowed himself down before the people of the land. And he
What
spoke
land?
to Ephron in the hearing.
Let me see if this Bible has anything to say. What are we in? 23? 1. Kirjat Arba means the village of Arba, or the village of four. Abraham had lived for a while near Hebron at the location of some ancient terebinth tree. Terebinth trees. And that's, you can see that in Joshua, it looks like. At this point, the name Canaan would be particularly bitter to Abraham. Alright, let's keep going. Let's skip all that. Alright, the Hittites had their principal center in Anatolia, modern Turkey. But there were some enclaves of Hittites, the sons of Heth, in Canaan, and the region of Hebron was apparently one of them. It was the Hittites that Abraham negotiated to buy a burial spot for his beloved wife Sarah. I am a foreigner and a visitor, which what does that mean? Abraham was a resident alien in this land. His words were self-deprecating to help him establish a bargaining position. The sons of Heth, the Hittites, responded with complimentary words. The adjective mighty is the term for deity, Elohim, as in Genesis 1:1. As an act of kindness, the Hittites let Abraham use one of their places for burial of his dead family members. Why, though? Abraham was not willing to bury Sarah in a borrowed tomb. He wanted to have a place that would belong to his family long after his death. His words meet with Ephron indicated that he wanted to purchase some property. The cave of Machpelah. Ephron, the Hittite, responded to Abraham's request by generously offering him what he sought, plus the nearby field as well. Yeah, there's not saying why they were so nice. I mean, I guess he developed relations with the people as he lived there for some time.
Of the people of the land.
If you will give it, please hear me. I will give you money for the field. Take it from me, and I will bury my dead there.
And Ephron answered Abraham,
My lord, listen to me. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between you and me? So bury your dead.
Yeah, it looks like they had a good relationship.
And Abraham listened to Ephron. And Abraham weighed out the silver for Ephron, which he had named in the hearing of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, currency of the merchants. So the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field and the cave which was in it, and all the trees that were in the field, which were within all the surrounding borders, were deeded to Abraham as a possession in the presence of the sons of Heth, before all who went in at the gate of his city. And after this, Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah, before Mamre, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. So the field and the cave that is in it were deeded to Abraham by the sons of Heth as property for a burial place.
All right, that's it for 23. Yeah, let's stop it here, right? Because now we're gonna get into we're gonna go back into trying to find Isaac a wife. Looks like. Yeah. All right, we'll stop here. And I'm going to get you guys that video regarding Ishmael in the Quran and the Bible. That's really interesting. So I hope you guys enjoy that one. And yeah, this was fairly short. We got done in 28 minutes. Perfect. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And be sure to check us out tomorrow for another Bible Study with Me live session as we jump into chapter 24. And be on the lookout for that other video that I'm going to be uploading regarding Ishmael. So I'll see you guys later and hope you have a good day. Take care.